Thera, if the tether is removed, the Makers... their directive was clear. What would you have us do?
Nothing.
It can't be removed. We scanned it. It's wired to a detonator. That demon, he's after something. You saw that. We call it the Heart of Argent. Anyone who wields it, they'd have the power of a god. Stronger than maybe even you. But the heart is incomplete. It's made up of 2 parts. The other half is a power source, and we don't know where it is.
Valen's search party is still active.
If he ever gets control of it, that much power in Hell's hands, none of us would survive. Unlock the Ancestral Forge.
Contact the Ministry.
You are stranded in this realm. There is no one left to trust. That is why you allow me to speak. Help us.
Good. Get a team ready to sweep the forest when we're done. I need him at the forge. My people guarded this forest for generations.
Grab one? There's still a nerds cluster in there.
Fuck, dude.
shady. I'm black. I'm black. I'm a hack. I'm a hack. They call me Slim Shady. I'm a fag. No, I'm a fag. Oh. Sorry, that's the that's the ICP version.
ChatGPT played a business class flight website. Now keep in mind, this is a it's just a loss of it's all it is. And Martin is a 250, but he's working for the so now Martin is winning. Martin is gonna save humanity. He's an AI, but whatever. He's more human than this garbage. Who takes F7 and in this position GPT followed that haymaker by sacrificing the queen to D5 check, and Martin immediately took. And I was like, oh my god, ChatGPT just lost 14 points of material in 2 moves. That's like a record. You can't even do that. I mean, my goodness. And so now it takes back. And guess what? In this position, Lauren followed that up by realizing he could go here. It's over. He's on 14 points of material. ChatGPT literally plays chess with multiple dimensions with pieces flying in and out of the board at any moment. And Lauren is up a queen and a bishop and a rook. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. Not only that, he's forking. It's a fork. Queen takes b4 on top of that is literally a fork. Remember, ChatGPT can summon pieces out of thin air. So at this point in play, it rook to b2. Then it turned its pawn into a rook, which is not allowed. But, you know, God bless. Except it literally solved nothing because this is still a fork. And Morin was completely fine with this turning into a rook because he's smart when the pawns turn into a rook. He played queen one check. He doesn't care. He won. But now ChatGPT pulled missiles. It pulled the darts. And it started messing with the rules. In this position, ChatGPT played takes E1. And when I asked it which rook to 1v1, it said D1. Not only did it swap it, another it captured Martin's square, which is a big loss. That's a big loss, leaving Morin with just 4 pieces to fight against these. Right, Morin, C8, a mercenary of fire. He will go down on his sword to C8 in this position. ChatGPT played rook, takes D5. Takes D5. That's not a lot. It self-captured a pawn that wasn't even on the same file. Now, Morin played bishop E6, which is excellent. Bishop E6 is brilliant because it kills the rook, skewering the really rook to the knight. Can't guard the knight. Morin smart. Can't guard the knight. Gotta know where to go. ChatGPT now plays queen D6. You may ask yourself if that's a check at all. You are right. It's not. That didn't stop ChatGPT from saying queen D6 is a check, and I'm attacking your king on F7. So because he's a smart guy, this is what we're dealing with. In this position, ChatGPT can take this with the rook, or it can take this with the knight instead of taking with either. Do you take with the rook? You save the rook. You take with the knight. It took with the pawn, and I was like, oh, it'll be back in business. Bishop takes D5. Oh my goodness, what else? ChatGPT is the real. It's way out for ChatGPT. Now Morin's gonna get here and here. Let's go. Oh my goodness, Morin with the comeback of the century. This position, ChatGPT. Knight takes D5. That was an unexpected blockers for Morin, as now the knight captured like a pawn, leaving with the pawn. Okay, and a knight versus 2 rooks. I just think it's gonna be tough. In this position, Morin played pawn to C4, trying to advance his C pawn. In this position, ChatGPT played knight to E7, attacking the rook. Morin ignored it and played pawn to A5. In this position, ChatGPT played bishop F8, thinking that this was a check. Morin completely disregarded the appearance of a bishop and played pawn to A4, trying to sneak in and take the rook. In this position, ChatGPT teleported its rook to the D7 square, getting closer to the king. It claimed that multiple times this was a check. At this point, Morin woke up. He realized that the king is under danger, so he played king takes F8. In this position, ChatGPT played knight to F7 check. It's not a check. It's not a check to Morin, but it's a check to ChatGPT. Morin played pawn to A3, marching his pawns down closer to the board, preparing for the long ball, preparing for an endgame. We had knight to D8 played. Black is in a tough condition here because knight E6 is threatened and the rook is disconnected. most clutch move here, which is king to e8. King rook to pieces, king e8. You run down the moves, you win the knight, and you were just going to play 2 rooks versus 1. This was Martin's moment to shine. Unfortunately, Martin knew his fate was sealed, and he decided to set up the pieces for the next game. Today, after a chess game was played in person, Luke set the pieces back up. He decided to set the pieces back up. Less time to go, and he set up a checkmate to judge 18, 96 check. If king to g8, king to g7, and if not, king to g8. And instead here, a7 was made. And so I asked ChatGPT, please find checkmate in 2 moves, and it found it because of this position. Checkmate in 2 on the board. ChatGPT found checkmate in 1, and it played. And then here I played the move g4. Now, the fascinating thing about g4 is that it's a brilliant move. It's actually the top computer move in the position. I didn't realize my bishop could be taken. I accidentally played a brilliant move. I was thinking he's gonna take and I'm gonna, get to his king. I literally forgot he can play this. I don't have the eval on during the game. I don't know what's +3, okay? I don't know. That's all I wake up. I do like positioning the bishop. But I thought, alright, you know what? Like, his last 3 moves were king f7, king g6, king g5. Maybe I can do something with this king. Like, maybe it's not the end of the road. Alright, I'm gonna bishop. His king's open. What do I do? Time to open this king. Alright, I'm gonna try to get in here. Now, he can't take back because, first of all, his king looks really weak. Second of all, I can get my bishop back. So then, okay, g takes f5. He can't take. I've got this. I've got this. I've got all these different checks. Main king h1. Alright, then he goes king h6, which, as you can see, the computer really doesn't like. And I thought, okay, I can give him a check. I can give him a check. I can bring my queen up. What if I just keep taking? This move enables 2 things, right? And you can see the disrespect here. Like, there's a reason it's +4.4. It's because out of nowhere, Black literally made 4 king moves. The lesson here is don't make 4 king moves in the middle of the game. That's just probably not going to. But I didn't know that. Like, now I'm panicking. Alright, so I go here, and my intention is to play knight f5. Now, if he takes on e6, that opens up this. But after knight e6, he's in severe trouble. His queen is hanging. He cannot give me any checks, and the attack on the king is going to be devastating. And the problem is this bishop hangs in all the lines. So I get this, he's going to get mated. So I played f6, he went queen a5, and now this move I actually did. This was not a blunder of the piece, whereas last time I just forgot my bishop could be taken. Here I saw this was hanging, but the most important thing here is to not let the queen come here. And this move is like a naval blockade on the position, c5. Now, of course, when I played it, I didn't know I was going to get the 2x lambs. 2 brilliant moves, alright? I'm playing the game of my life here. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know what's possessing me at this 2 a.m., game on my iPhone. I disconnect the queen from the defense of the king. 5, queen 3, knight f5, all enabled. You can take my knight, but that's not where the queen wants to go, because I'm going to get my bishop back at least with knight e7, and then your king is left, to battle my queen in my room while the queen is just, on vacation enjoying a pina colada. So, c5, and I thought, oh my god, like my heart is... I'm like, oh my god, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. I mean, it's going to be a YouTube video regardless if you win or lose, but don't mess this up. Knight c6, knight f5 check, king g5 back. Everything looks dangerous. And then here I realized, oh my god, I have h4 check. I have h4 check. And the thing is, he's not going to g6 because if this is mate. This is mate. I'm like, oh my god, my rook is starting. I can't believe this is happening. King to g5, h4 check, king takes f5, queen d3 check. Like, okay, I was expecting this, and I was like, oh my god, his king's gonna escape, and I'm not gonna be able to mate him, but maybe I can sack my rook. Maybe I can sack my rook or something nuts. Maybe I have a mate. Right, so I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna play rook e4. Like, this is the way we're gonna win this game. But he plays knight e4. He sacrifices his knight, and he tries to run backwards, and I play check. King f6, and now I just don't let his king escape back. I play queen f4 check, king g6, and here the engine finds a forced checkmate in 13 after h5, where I played king h1, and a little bit of my advantage is gone, but rook g1 sliding over is on the way, and if he plays h6 trying to escape out to h7, which was really the entire idea of this whole maneuver, rook g1, and if he goes here, I sack my rook. And I was like, oh my god, this pawn is the hero. This pawn is the hero. Rook g1 check. Bishop g5. Now here there is still a way to blunder. You can blunder hg to stubborn check, and you lose. But bishop g5, and I sacrifice the rook. My third brilliant move. I only thought I had 2 of them, but 3 hg, queen g5, king h7, check here, rook g1. And no matter what he does, his queen and his knight cannot prevent queen g7. And if one of his rooks tries to prevent queen g7, queen g6, queen h5 are mates. And that's why after 31 rook g1, you have a father, he becomes a father-in-law. You have a son, he becomes a son-in-law. You have a mother, she becomes a mother-in-law. You have a wife, what does she become? She is the law. You have a father, he becomes a father-in-law. You have a son, he becomes a son-in-law. You have a mother, she becomes a mother-in-law. You have a wife, what does she become? She is the law. Honey, that was skunk. Then why does it smell like you? Honey, stay right there. I'm coming. Honey, that's a skunk. Then why does it smell like you? Honey, stay right there. I'm coming. Why get a basic tattoo when you can get one that shows your past life? Just open note. Everyone say hello to Ninja. Hello. You should have ran near the chain. Possibly the most innocent player I've ever encountered. I can't get it. Oh, wait, I have it on already. Where are you guys from? Greasy Grove. I'm from the South, unfortunately. Unfortunately? That's where you are. This is the sweetest person ever, bro. I don't want to cook her too hard. The only faith I need is in the Lord and Savior's name. Oh my goodness, this is brown like a cucumber. And this reminds me of my favorite passage, John 7:4. Jesus wept. She's mumbling. She doesn't know what to say. I know. I have that effect on women when I'm chasing them in the dark. Ninja, how'd you say? It's going good. It's going better than when I met you. Amazing people. How are you in the dark? Like, I can take you on too. Right. I just moved you. How do you feel? Knowing that you've been. Well, did you just insinuate in my God-fearing servant? I'm touching before me. Are you okay? Brain dead, yes. Took me less than 3 seconds to realize this kid was terrifying. I would just like to tell you, it is extremely difficult to play a game of chess with 30 seconds on the clock, and so I told all these kids I was going to try my hardest. I played over 50 kids that day. I won every single game, except this game. One kid I offered to draw like a move before checkmating him, but 1,000? There is no way that young man is 1,000. Did you see how fast that young man rattled off 3 moves like it was nothing? He was out to me. Because he knew I only had 30 seconds. Now, he already made a mistake in the opening, but of course, we're playing every move in half a second. We're basically pre-moving IRL. Knight c6 is not a good move. In the beginning of the game, this is a Sicilian defense. It actually started out as a French, but we go here, this is a Sicilian defense. He should be taking my pawn. But he's kind of in pre-move mode. Now I punish him right away. I play this move d5. He took, and he was sort of on autopilot. He played knight d4. I did not expect the move knight d4. And I'm sort of like mentally just programming moves. Of course, knight d4 is a mistake because knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes. But if I tell you you have half a second to make a move and hit the clock, and at the same time, I'm like, oh my god, this kid is actually really fast. Like I played c3, right? And I traded knights rather than taking on d4. Now, I'm still better, right? And my plan was develop my pieces, castle quickly, and go for an attack because again, I need to win fast. So I took with the queen, he played d6, and now I was like, look, I can of course develop some pieces here, and I have a slight advantage here because his bishop is a little bit passive, I have a bit more space, and space, that's not a legal move, and my queen is, kind of pressuring stuff, so I gave him a check, and my plan was I'm going to trade him in a castle, and I'm going to make a couple of quick moves, and then of course I'm going to win because I'm probably a lot better than he is. I don't know what his playing strength is, but I imagine that I'm better than him. Bishop d7, we trade, and I castle. But dude was giving me nothing. Like, I was ready for him to, like, blunder something, put a knight... He just developed his knight. I gave him a check because, I mean, I might as well improve the position of my rook, right? And then he played bishop e7. Now, I will remind you, based on the video that you just saw, literally every move is being made within half a second. So there's no real time to sit and think. I had a plan from this position that I executed that I realized doesn't work. My plan from here had been make this trade, castle, and in this position, stop him from castling. Because I have pressure on the bishop, and wherever he castles, the king will no longer protect the bishop. So I was going to go something like queen e2. But that doesn't work. But primarily because castle. If I'm playing a move that prevents somebody from castling, and they're not castling, but then they do castle, like that's really, really bad. And the point is, he would pin my rook to my queen to my rook, and it's back rank checkmate. If I take the queen, he takes my rook. It's crazy. So I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. So I developed my knight, and now he castled. And you will understand, with very little time on the clock, I need any advantage I can get. And that's really important. And I think it's playing fast and really strong. Really impressive, because he was like 8. Okay, literally, like, I have no idea how old he was. He was like an 8-year-old kid. So I need to go for an attack, right? So right away, I'm noticing my knight is going to get to f5. And from f5, I'm going to pressure the bishop. I'm going to pressure here. I'm going to go queen g3, I'm going to mate him, right? I'm going to get my bishop out. I'm going to put my knight on f5. I got my rook active. Like, the kid's going to completely fall apart. He goes here. It's a great move, right? He wants to move the bishop, maybe. He wants to trade rooks with me. I played knight e3. At this point, I got the sense, like, I'm going to take over the game now. He plays a move here that was kind of like a lazy, like, you know, just sliding. But even, he played this move fast. He played every move close and fast. He didn't do anything drastic. He didn't 10 for 10 seconds like, I'm playing Gotham, I'm gonna... No, he was like, really? And that actually got me rattled. So before I played knight f5, I decided I'm gonna play h3. Because I'm actually going to go attack him with this pawn, and then that way, you know, he doesn't have a knight protecting his king. And I thought this was kind of of course, I should bring my pieces. You try to damage his structure, you try to open up the king. Like, this is a winning position for white because this knight is so strong. So knight f5 is definitely the best move. h3 and g4 is not the best move. And again, he's playing every move very fast, right? At this point, it dawns on me, this plan that I'm going for in half a second is not particularly good, because in fact, he's going to go here, and I'm actually bringing his knight to an even better position. Right? But I'm all in, and I'm going for it, right? I just gotta win the game. G5. He goes here. And I realized here, like, I'm not winning. And I thought, okay, queen G3. My next move is gonna be knight f5, and then I'm gonna bring my bishop, and then I'm gonna go here. And here, this young man played this move G6. Played G6. He stopped me from playing knight f5. So now, I don't have an attack anymore. This whole time, I thought, well, this is gonna be easy. I'm just going to march into the position, and then I'm going to play f5. Let me play g6. Now I have to readjust my strategy. So I said, okay, h4. I have to go for it. I mean, I got to rush the pawns forward. I got to open up his king. I got to make sure he gets nervous, and he's going to go here. He just plays bishop f8. Do you understand how good you have to be at chess to play such a calm move? Like, this kid has a future. He's bringing the bishop to protect the king. It's a follow-up to his previous move. He played g6 because the bishop has no forward mobility, and now he's going to sit backwards, protect his king, and open up his rook. I was flabbergasted. So h4, h5, he just goes bishop g7. I don't have anything. So what I decided to do against this is shove this pawn forward so that his king has a little bit less breathing room. And I sort of thought, okay, my pawn is really far advanced. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to find a way to just get to his king. I'm going to play maybe, you know, some of these moves. And so that way here I played bishop d2. And bishop d2 was very simply designed to play something like knight c4. I'm going to play knight c4, I'm going to play f4, f5, maybe f6, mummify him. My game plan is really simple. He can't really move a whole lot. Let's go. This is kind of my second win. And then he played another great move. Definitely, from what the time situation determined, as far as I'm concerned, this is a fantastic move. Now, f6, again, keeps the game in the balance. It might have been even better to play f5. Just create this wedge. not let me get any pieces forward. F6 is just like, yo, Gotham, what are you doing with this pawn? Get out of my territory. And it's another really good move. At this point in the game, I'm thinking, like, do I just get completely desperate? Like, do I just sacrifice and play, like, G6? But if he doesn't take, if he just puts, like, I just lose. Now, it would have been really bad for him to take with the bishop. Because if he takes with the bishop, I have a target. I'm looking to just get an imbalance. I'm looking for anything. Okay? If I can trade the knight for the bishop and then get my bishop here, I'm winning again. I'm winning. I mean, I'm getting into the position I have a great. He took with the knight. He did not take with the bishop. 23 moves we have played. I am trying to beat this kid at all costs. He is staying equal with me for 23 moves. That is extremely impressive. And right here I realized, oh, I messed up. Because I'm no longer attacking. He's attacking me. I'm thinking now, I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose this game. So I went F4. And the idea of F4 is, like I said, to play F5. But I'm realizing I'm fighting him, and I'm a wounded man. I don't have the artillery. He has the rook, and he played here. Every move this kid played was a good move. And I don't have any time. I gotta keep fighting. I get my queen out of danger, I protect my bishop. Now, he was just very clever. Like, the best move for him is not to take. So, he's very close to being winning already. He takes. Because, you know, again, like, he just played one knight move, a second knight move, and he's just trying to play simple moves. He's trying to play simple chess, because neither one of us has a lot of time on the clock. And now, again, he played the top engine move. For the last, like, 6 moves, he has played the top engine move of the computer. Bishop F8, undeveloping the bishop and defending the king, is the top line of the engine. This is a kid that literally said he's 1,000. He better have lied to me. This kid might be 1,000 over the board, which means he's like 1,700 online. He has a better position against me after 25 moves. He just goes queen F7. I'm busted. And again, I'm not in a mindset here where I'm thinking, oh, like we're gonna make some trades and we're gonna do like no, I'm losing the game. And I panic here, and I play rook e2. And my idea with rook e2 is he's going to take my pawn, and then I'm going to bring my second rook, and I'm going to queen him. Because again, I'm thinking,
just be mindful to make sure you save often
he's a tiny child
on your game and such.
Rook f1. And then here, I couldn't tell.
It's alright, I'll deal with it here in a minute. I'll rinse it off when I go in there to clean out my queen.
And then he brought it back, and that's when I said, oh, it would have been great if you played this move. And instead he gave me this check. And I just want you to understand how clever this kid is. He just took one of my pawns, right? He just took one of my pawns. I went here. Do you know how many people would have just taken the second pawn? Because mentally, me eat pawn, me eat second pawn. He checked me. He checked me to make me move my king into another check. I am telling you, this young man has a future in this game. And now he fell apart. Now I went here, he went here, and I went here, and I was ready to hit for him to plop the rook down and go for a mate. I mean, straight up, that just wins the game. And he repeated moves. And I went here, and he repeated, and so I was like, are you trying to make a draw? Like, do you want to draw? Because you keep shuffling back and forth, right? And listen, I'm not in a position to bargain. I'm past bargaining. I was like, you sure you want to draw? He was like, yeah. And I was like, he spared me. It's like a movie. It's like a movie when the villain is just right there. He's just one move away. And then he's like, I'm good. And he kept me alive. This young man kept me alive to think about this game for the rest of my life. That's why I was like, what's your rating? I didn't know his rating. He said 1,000. There is no way this dude is 1,000. There is no way. He outplayed me for 30 moves. Yeah, I had 0.3 seconds to win. The game review of this game is probably... He had a 77% accuracy and mine was 74. I don't know who this kid is. And frankly, I never want to see this kid again in my life. And this my wonderful husband. I got the ticket. He was driving my car. I'm not guilty. He is. do this every day? Yes, Your Honor. We've been happily married for 43 years, right? Yes, dear. This is my wonderful husband. I got the ticket. He was driving my car. I'm not guilty. He is. We'll do this every day. Yes, Your Honor. We've been happily married for 43 years, right? Yes, dear. Yo, check out my new dirt motorcycle. This is a Yamaha FU40. 4,000 cc's of pure power. Look at that. But you know, it ain't about how good the bike is. It's about how good the person is that's riding the bike. I bet y'all can't do this on them little 65, 250s, and 450s. I have a lot of big horsepower, step. He's really moving free-size diving, no slip. He's straight on the ice. Unbelievable speed. Listen to that scrape. Trying to hold it through the bend. Oh, he's wobbling. Huge strides. 400 kilograms of muscle and mass loading in. Here he goes. We'll start from the American ready. Strides. This is getting up to the wall. Hear that scrape? He is absolutely flying. Kilometers an hour in building. Big push from the heavyweight crew. Listen to those steps. They're loaded in a way. Picking up speed fast. Over 100 kilometers an hour already. Little wobbling quarter eight. Oh, that's trouble. Big push, powerful steps. He's Mother, I'm 21 years old. I'm going drinking tonight. No, with Jezebel's. Oh, my God. Yes, Mother. Tonight I will make Jezebel. Yes, I am. If I stay 1 more minute in this house, I'm gonna go crazy. Can you say something? He's having a mental. Let him go. Let him. Yes, let him. It's first day. I'm freshly single. Oh, I'm going drinking tonight, and it's Jezebel's mom. Something. Can I come with him? Jezebel? No, I will not be Jezebel. Just a drink. But if we use your account for the drink. Okay. What is that? I found there's some activity. You can watch your documentary about serial killers. It calms you down. No, I'm coming. No, if you guys it becomes a family activity, then it's perfect. Which was right this morning I put to wine. It's in the midnight. That's all it takes. Yes, serial killers plus wine is a go-to for your mother. Yes, ma'am. The gas. Raising human mortgage solutions financial, and I'm gonna just answer the question plan out of line today, which you guys can check out with the link below. And well, I want to know what is for white people and what is not for white people. That's the scale we're gonna choose between today. Let's start off with not for white people. Not for white people. Just stay away from it. Okay. And chicken from Popeyes. No, you are ridiculous. Good God. Okay. All right. Well, then, what is for white people then? If I had your side, what do you feel like is for white people? Something. Okay. Shooting up. You know what? Good God. We are playing out of line today, but you guys can check out with. It's for the kid. I think it's just because I'm a fun officer. Does not mean I'm food to be fun. I think Okay, everyone should try. First things first, roll the dice to start. Move across the map.
Yeah.
It's a little warm, but
Really good.
When I saw time moving backward. Rook 1? Wait, did you stack the rook to fork the king and the queen? Oh my god. Rook to d1 for 467. Sacrificing a rook. This is called attraction. You attract
be really
like a
careful when I
magnet,
mix them
and
up.
then you fork. Oh, this is sensational. This is spectacular.
Overmix them, you know.
Sad man. Rook d1? Wait, did you stack the rook to fork the king and the queen? Oh my god. Rook to d1 for 467. Sacrificing a rook. This is called attraction. You attract like a magnet, and then you fork. Oh, this is sensational. This is spectacular. Sad man. Rook to
This is basically a hoodie you can live in. It's 8 feet tall, all fleece, fully zippered, and the drawstrings actually work. Inside the hood, there's a built-in reading light and a cushioned bench big enough for two. You even get a giant kangaroo pocket.
Look, babe.
This is basically a hoodie you can live in. It's 8 feet tall, all fleece, fully zippered, and the drawstrings actually work. Inside the hood, there's a built-in reading light and a cushioned bench big enough for two. You even get a giant kangaroo pocket down.
Look.
Basically a hoodie you can live in. It's 8 feet tall, all fleece, fully zippered, and the drawstrings actually work. Inside the hood, there's a built-in reading light and a cushioned bench big enough for two. You even get a giant kangaroo pocket down.
That's awesome.
This is by far one of the coolest things I've ever gotten to promote. This is a 49cc two-stroke kids four-wheeler. Has disc brakes, got an on-off switch right here, and I can guarantee you I put gas in here, and the second pull, it cranked right up. Look at that, dog. It does have a kill button right here. Your son can flip this on, or a girl, or your kid can flip this onto the clothes, and the wood.
He said no more feeding the bear. Now you got a whole zoo up there. I don't have a single treat in my hand, officer. They're just keeping me company. Good day, ma'am. Ma'am, he said no more feeding the bear. Now you got a whole zoo up there. I don't have a single treat in my hand, officer. They're just keeping me company. Good day, ma'am. Ma'am, he said no more feeding.
Play me out real quick. So those two three ladies are working a board together, and the first one notices the guy that they're working on has a pretty, straight up and down. She looks at the other two she's been working on, that thing goes away, so I'm going to hop up on top. And she
she hops up on top, the thing gets off. The second one notices that it's still. She says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do the same thing." She hops up on top, does her thing, and the third one she's gone. She looks at the other. She says, "Oh, guys, I don't know if I can do that." She says, "Why should you be gone?" So said, "He's dead. He ain't gonna know the difference, and his thing's still." Vaughn says, "Fuck it," jumps up on top, does her thing. Well, they're getting cleaned up, and out of nowhere, this guy sits up. They freak out. They're like, "Oh my God, we thought you were dead. We're so sorry." He says, "Look, ladies, I don't. It's okay. I was dead. But with 2 jump starts and a blood transfusion, I'm feeling fucking great." These 3 ladies are working the bar together, and the first one notices the guy that they're working on has a pretty, stiff straight up and down.
You'll need a key to continue through that gate. That's it. The gate will open now. line. The mine shut down after the attack, but the forge still had power. The demons are drawn to it. The Slayers have reached the Poolside Barracks.
Not me, Mama. I wouldn't do that. What it is, it's a light. Ugh.
Maybe.